As we do this interview, you are preparing Auckland Reactor for his 5-year-old season, including the $1 million New Zealand Cup. You have stated that after the race in early November, the horse will be sent to North America. Can you tell me what the plan is?
John Curtin's been in discussion, he's a New Zealand shareholder, he's been in discussion with the American owners, and it was their feeling that the season would be too long starting here in October, going through to the Inter-Dominions in March, and then embarking on an American campaign. So it's been the shareholders' decision that maybe he's better to land in America in December, spell for some time before resuming training and preparing for the big races from June onwards.
Why is the horse reportedly going to Florida first, and then why did you decide not to be involved?
Well, I think Florida was the best option because he'll be landing there at the beginning of their winter, and we all know American winters are pretty harsh. To leave our shores at around December is tough on me to get away with we've campaigned quite a number of good horses here, and it's right in the middle of our racing season, so it's just the timing really that I'd have to be loyal to some of the owners here that have supported me for so long.
It is generally believed that a horse's 4-year-old season is the toughest because it is the transitional one, far more difficult than from 4 to 5. Are you seeing any physical or mental change from when he last raced in April?
Yes, definitely the 4-year-old season is the hardest, and he achieved in his 4-year-old year what takes most other horses 12 months of racing at Grand Circuit level to achieve, or even start to achieve. So he's done a marvellous job as a 4-year-old. His last race was the Harness Jewels in May, and from there he had 5 weeks spell. He's come back in and he looks more like a stallion now. He's thicker in the neck and filled out around the tummy and got a better hind quarter on him, so he really looks set to take on the Grand Circuit this year.
The New Zealand Cup is over 2 miles and a standing start. He's not going to get things his own way. How confident are you about this race?
The standing start is his only fault. He has had 4 stands and won 3 of them, so his record's not bad, but he's never been a great standing start horse. In a race like the New Zealand Cup, and this year we look like having an Australian influence here, it's going to be a very tough race. There'll be no horse line-up that's better than him, and I think if he makes a reasonable beginning, he will be the horse to beat.
What about the suggestion that you might go over to race the horse even for a short period of time in North America?
At this stage, I think final decisions will be made around December, and it will just hinge on the final plans with his preparation. At this stage, the syndicate have been 100% behind me in wanting me to bring the horse to America, but at this stage, the timing of December is just not suitable for me.
The style of racing in North America is basically go all you can for the entire mile. Is Auckland Reactor the type of horse that can adapt to that?
Yes, I've got no doubts he can adapt. He's a great horse here, and I'm sure he'll be a great horse in America. Naturally, I think you've just got to train them a little different to prepare for mile racing, but I've got no doubts he's capable of doing something special in America.
Many of the viewers have not seen your base of operations here. Tell us about the property and size of your team.
The size of the property is 70 acres, and we generally cater for between 35 and 45 most of the year round. We have all the amenities to house 40 undercover, along with 3 training tracks, 1 jog track and a main fast work track, and also a straight track that is about 1,040 metres long. So most of the horses are out in a paddock during the day, which is sort of a luxury that they don't get in America. But they're all well looked after and well cared for, and we generally try to operate 1 person to 4 horses, which seems to work well. They all get a lot of attention and well looked after.
There's not many places in New Zealand of the scale in the harness racing industry. Can you tell me, did you get any ideas from anywhere else?
Well, I've done quite a bit of travelling, mainly around Australia and New Zealand, and seen a number of different setups. I really had my own ideas how I wanted it to operate. I think you learn more about the places that have set up that haven't been practical than probably the ones you really take notice of that are practical. But no, I had the ideas in my mind how I wanted it to operate, and I think the great thing about it now is we've got it all established and up and running, and there's nothing I'd really change.
Have you taken any other horses, or have you sent any of your own horses that you've trained over to North America?
The American market's always been reasonably strong, and probably Joe Mascara has been one owner that's taken the majority of horses we've sold to America and done reasonably well with them. So, but not personally, I haven't.
Can you tell me a little bit about the horse and his character and how you came to get him?
He's always been a lovely horse to work with. He enjoys people being around him. He's in a box here where he can see his mates and sniff his mates, and he's always been a good company horse around other horses. So he's quite unique for a stallion. No, he's a very special horse. He's got no bad traits apart from a standing start. He's just a pleasure to train and a privilege to train, really.